Welcome to JJ's Trail Review. Today I am riding around Lakes Como and Phalen, which is part of the Grand Rounds Trail System in St. Paul. I started on the west side of Lake Como, rode around part of the lake, and then exited along Wheelock Parkway, crossed Dale Street, Rice Street, Arcade Street, and went under 35E, around Lake Phalen, and then headed back to Lake Como. The entire ride was about 15 and a half miles, took me an hour and 10 minutes, and it was moderate to difficult elevation change. So here I am starting on the southwest part of Lake Como. This trail goes counterclockwise, and the cycling trail is a one-way around the lake. There are a few up and down hills throughout this ride, with one really big one. This is now on the southeast corner of the lake, and here's where the trail breaks off to run alongside Wheelock Parkway. You can see the trail is running between the sidewalk and Wheelock Parkway, so there's a dedicated trail for bikes. It's like this most of the way. It is actually about 5 miles between the two lakes. So of the 15 and a half mile ride, about 10 of it is going back and forth between the two lakes. There are cross streets at most blocks, however most of them are pretty quiet. There are a few major crossings with stoplights, but not a lot of traffic on this route. Going down the big hill. It's a lot harder coming back up it. And that was crossing Dale Street. This is going over the Trout Creek Trail, which goes to McCarran's Lake. This is crossing over 35E, just north of downtown St. Paul. This is going under the Gateway State Trail, which goes from downtown St. Paul to Stillwater. Bit of a climb here. Crossing Rice Street. And this is entering Phalen Regional Park. This is also a one-way trail around most of the lake, however this one goes clockwise. You can really see how hazy it is from the Canadian wildfire smoke on the day that I did this video. Now on the north end of the lake, that trail that breaks off goes, there's a pretty extensive number of trails there that go to Keller and Jarvis Lakes. And you could also connect up with the Bruce Vento Regional Trail there. This is heading south down the east side of the lake. And this is also a trail that splits off and would go right to the Bruce Vento Regional Trail. And that completes the circle around Lake Phalen. This is exiting the Phalen Regional Park and heading west back toward Lake Como. Nice fast downhill sections here. That's going under the Gateway State Trail again. Over 35E. This is the beginning of the longest climb on the trail. This is really the reason that I categorized it as moderate to difficult. This hill's a little deceiving. It's a pretty long hill, and it goes around a couple big curves. So the top of the hill is elusive. And even when it seems like you're at the top, it's not the easiest ride. Now it's back to Lake Como. And resuming the counterclockwise direction on the one-way trail here. You can see the Como Dockside Pavilion across the lake. And this is rounding the north end of the lake. Where you would exit to go to the pavilion. And one last hill to climb. And that concludes the ride. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's a trail you'd like me to review.